Hey everyone, Jennifer Beatles here with Agents Invest and Addicted to ROI. So today we're going to talk about a topic that is very important to me, finding off-market deals. That's something that we work with our agent partners a lot here at Agents Invest. And today I'm going to share with you 14 different ways to find off-market deals. Who is this training for? So primarily for buy and hold investors, but these strategies also work for flippers and developers and real estate agents. I'm hoping we have some real estate agents watching this video so that you can search for buy and hold properties for yourself and your clients. All right, so here's an overview of what you're going to learn today. So 14 different ways to find off-market deals, how to fill your inbox with off-market deals. We all love that, right? Free ways you can market to property owners. I don't know about you guys, but I love any opportunity to not spend money to get leads. So we're going to talk about a lot of free ways that you can market to property owners. And then we're also going to talk about finding deals where others aren't looking. So that's something that's super important. For me, I like to not have competition if possible. So I like to get really creative and find deals in areas that other people probably aren't thinking about. A lot of these tactics I learned being an investment savvy agent. I've been a licensed agent since 2009. I got started in probably the worst time in history to get started. However, for me, it was a great opportunity to learn from the Great Recession. We had a lot of short sales, a lot of foreclosures. So I had to get super creative. So that's something that you guys will find in the tone and the theme of this video. So the other thing is leveraging others to find deals for you for free, like investment savvy real estate agents. All right, so first question is, does this sound like you? Maybe you've made the decision to use real estate as your vehicle to achieve financial freedom, but you're not sure where to start. You have the funds, but you're not sure where to invest. You've been making offers in your local market, but you're tired of getting outbid. Maybe you have a few rentals and you want to scale and take your investing game to the next level, but aren't finding good deals. So here's the problem. The market's hot and everyone is looking for deals. If you're looking for in the same way that everyone else is, you'll find it tough to compete. So the solution is to find the best deals. You have to get creative and think outside the box. You need to have a system for lead generation. So let me ask you this. What would it do for you to receive at least 10 deals a week in your inbox? So I want to set the tone is what would that do for you to receive 10 deals a week, mostly off market, in your inbox? Let me know in the comments below. Would that mean that you'd be writing more offers? Would it mean that you'd be able to gain more experience in deal analysis? Would it mean that you'd be able to do more deals and not have to work as much? Would it mean that you could or your spouse could qualify for real estate professional designation and save on your taxes? So that's something that's super important to me. Over the years, I've realized that even if I had just purchased a property like this week, today's Tuesday, yesterday we just closed on a new property, but you bet that every single day I'm looking for deals in my inbox and trying to figure out different ways to get the next deal going and making offers, because what I know is that once you've built that momentum with real estate, you want to keep it up. And you want to keep it up by putting yourself out there, making offers, building your team, and always looking for deals. So who am I? So for those that don't know me, I'm a mother, I'm a wife to Travis, mother to Dylan there. This is our family on the Great Wall of China. And I'm pretty much obsessed with travel and living a passive income lifestyle. I also just happen to own a business that helps investors build passive income streams. Our family currently has 239 units, and we're also under contract to close a self-storage facility in the next 30 days. So we're super excited about that. In addition to our rental portfolio and our business Agents Invest, we also own a building and development company, and we do some private lending on the side. So our goal is to share our experiences with you, the good and the bad, so that you can achieve your goals. We love helping this community get results because at the end of the day, it's all about taking action. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm going to cover the 14 different ways to find off-market deals. I'm going to do a deep dive on 7 of the 14, really just because time, you guys. It would be a super long video if I did a deep dive on every one. But rest assured, at the end of the video, you'll have a great list to work from. So again, I had mentioned in the beginning that a lot of these are for free. There's also options for those that want to pay for some lead generation. So I'll give you some of those options as well. And what I would suggest is that you find the top 3 ways that you want to focus on finding deals for the rest of the year, and just focus on those and maybe build off of those. But what I know is if you try to tackle all 14, then it might be tough to implement and execute. So I would suggest that you do the top 3. All right, so let's start with Zillow Make Me Move. So if you guys have never heard of Zillow Make Me Move, I'm sure that everyone's heard of Zillow. This is where homeowners can claim their listing on Zillow and create a Make Me Move price, allowing potential buyers to reach out to them. You can then email them and follow up via phone. So that's a screenshot of what Zillow Make Me Move looks like. You kind of have to search for it. I think it's under the for sale section, and then you'll find the Make Me Move price. Obviously, in the town that I live, there's only 4, so there's not a ton, but I guarantee you guys, nobody's calling on these. So you can get their phone number right there. You can also email them and follow up with them. So let me give you an example of a Zillow Make Me Move deal that I had done. So here's an example of a property in Everett, Washington. I found the seller on Zillow Make Me Move. She was interested in selling, and I met with her, and this is what we came up with. We actually decided to do a lease option on this one. So that one was in 2013. We did a lease option for $165,000. The sale actually closed in 2018, which is really cool because the new value was $375,000. This property also rents for $2,000 per month. So it's a fantastic deal. It actually worked really well for the seller because she didn't want to control the property anymore. It had a roof leak, and so for her, she didn't have the money to fix it. But she wanted to save the potential profit that she would have for a couple of years. She was thinking about retiring in a couple of years. So that's why we did the lease option, and that's why the sale had closed later. So anyways, that worked out really well. And again, seller was found on Zillow Make Me Move completely for free. All right, so here's the next one. Craigslist for rent. So again, this is one that totally free. It takes a little bit of time and effort, so it's not the easiest one. But basically, Craigslist has 4 rent listings, and it's an excellent way to lead generate for sellers. So I actually used to use a virtual assistant to scrub the 4 rent listings in areas that we were targeting. And then we would import that list into an auto dialer. Mojo Sells is what we use. There's a ton of them out there. We would then call those sellers and ask if they'd be open to selling instead of renting. This actually generated a ton of leads for us. We did weed out all the property managers or the obvious like hedge funds and things like that. So we were really targeting kind of mom and pop sellers, but this worked really well. So that's a fantastic option. All right, so here's another one. So foreclosure auction. So the foreclosure auction is another great way to find off-market deals. Now keep in mind the barrier to entry is high. Most require all cash, and the winner at the end of the day, at least in our area, gets a pink piece of paper and a deed in the mail, usually about a week later. So every county has a different process for the foreclosure auction. Some are judicial, some are non-judicial foreclosures, but oftentimes there's less competition because, it's more risky and there's a greater barrier to entry. But let me give you guys an example of this. So this is actually a house that I had purchased at the foreclosure auction, and I ended up burring it. So here's the numbers on this one. The purchase price was $94,600. We purchased it on a Friday. On Monday, immediately started the refinance process. It appraised for $125,000. The monthly cash flow was decent. It was about $500 a month during the time that we owned it. And then we actually sold this property in 2017 for $247,500. So really think about that. So we had no money into this deal, in addition to getting paid cash flow every month. And then in addition to making, about $120,000 in net profit in a couple of years. So this was a fantastic buy and a really great way to get this off-market deal. All right, so here's another free way. So social media and SEO. So guys, if you're not sharing what you're up to on social media, you're totally missing out. So for those that have a real estate website, obviously making sure that you have the right keywords and an option for sellers to reach out to you is key. So I want to show you guys some examples. So this is an agent partner of ours. One message says, we put 3 deals, single family homes in contract last week, and we're looking for 7 more real estate deals. Please EM or DM me if you have anything. And then the next one was, hey, just wanted to say thank you to all the wholesalers, realtors, and investors. Our team almost hit our goal and put 8 properties in contract in less than 2 weeks. So that's, again, just an example of a free social media post, keeping top of mind, having people think about you when they have a deal. And here's my SEO example. So this is actually from my friend Anne. Anne is in Wisconsin, and she has a website. And the funny thing is she actually, it's really just for tenants, but she has a page on her website that says We Buy Properties. And so she actually got this email. She forwarded it to me. And it said, hey, Anne, would you be interested in a 192-unit apartment complex located here? And then all the information. And literally, this is just because she has this totally free option on her website for sellers to reach out to her. So she regularly gets emails like this, I think at least like once a month. All right, next. So for sale by owner. So these are kind of off market, but kind of on market. But anyways, nonetheless, I don't want you guys to ignore this. So for sale by owner is a fantastic way to find sellers, especially sellers who aren't represented by an agent. So, oftentimes maybe they'll be a little bit more negotiable, or they're trying to save money because they don't want to pay the commissions, and potentially you can get a better deal from that. So I want to give you guys this example. And as you can see, I'm giving you a wide variety of examples too. This was actually a for sale by owner vacant land. Obviously, there's a picture of a house there. That's a house that my husband and I built as a spec home, and we sold it. But anyways, their initial asking price was $202,000. We ended up purchasing the land for $133,500. The property was for sale by owner. It took 4 months of follow-up to get that discount on the price. But honestly, it was worth it. It was a fantastic deal. We made a great profit on this one. And at the end of the day, their big thing was they just didn't want to pay a commission. And so whether you're an agent, whether you're an investor, honestly, if that's someone's thing, is especially if you're an agent, right? If somebody says, hey, I don't want to pay a commission, if the deal is good enough, have your buyer pay the commission, right? I mean, don't let that kind of commission issue potentially stop a great deal. All right, so here's the next one. Investment savvy real estate agents. So my number one source of deals is investment savvy real estate agents. So on any given week, Agents Invest and myself review between 15 to 30 deals from our agent partners in multiple markets across the US. We currently have agents in 22 different markets right now. And actually, each week we share their best deals with our investor database. So the great thing is totally free for you guys. You can get on our email list and see the different deals that we're getting. I want to use some examples of this. All right, so this is an off-market deal that we got from an agent friend of ours. So the seller did not want to list on the MLS. So we called my agent friend. My agent friend called me and said, hey, I know that you have somebody that would buy this deal. I would have bought it myself, but I just bought a development deal. And so this one didn't work out. But we were able to line it up with another investor in our database. So here's the numbers on this one. The purchase price was $449,000. And the investor buyer is going to get 2 duplex lots, plus a single family building lot, plus have the house on there. So this is a phenomenal deal. And it worked out for everyone. All right. Again, not totally off market, but kind of. So this is another one. Agents where pending deals are falling through. So any agents that are listening, and actually investors too, if you've seen deals pending for a while, definitely call the agent or have your agent call the agent and see what the deal is. So this deal came from an agent partner of ours who makes a regular practice of calling agents when deals have been pending for a while. This particular deal was just about to fall apart. And so my agent was able to sneak in an offer for me, and we got the deal before it came back on the MLS and at a lower price. So they were actually asking $530,000, and we got it for an effective price of $500,000. All right, so here's another one. So this is MLS errors. So this is actually an on-market deal that had errors. So the listing was actually the little roof that you see there on the left. It was a single-family house, but it included an extra building lot that they hadn't accurately listed on the MLS. So on this one, we were able to buy the single-family house, plus with that extra building lot, and be all in at $320,000. We flipped the house, ended up building a duplex, and then we actually sold that recently and just made a really, really great deal on that one. All right, so moving on. Paid lead generation sites, for example, ZBuyer and Cole. So first, this is an example of ZBuyer. So ZBuyer is a paid lead generation service that targets sellers and then shares the leads with their subscribers. So this is an example of the leads I received from ZBuyer. And then keep in mind too, so some of these emails, you guys, had multiple leads in them, and this is a 2-week period. So a ton of leads from ZBuyer. There's also a lot of different other companies out there that do something similar, but had a great experience personally with ZBuyer. All right, so Cole Realty Resource. Cole Realty Resource is a subscription-based service that targets neighborhoods, property types, and old listings. So again, that's another one that you can kind of target neighborhoods, target multifamily property owners, target probate estates. There's a lot of really great options within Cole Realty Resource. All right, so to recap, let's talk about the first 7. Zillow Make Me Move, Craigslist for Rent, foreclosure auctions, social media, buyer sites, for sale by owner, agents, ZBuyer Cole Realty. And then let's talk about the next 7. Condemned property list. You guys, this was a really great one for me. I used to actually go down to a local city that I live nearby and get their condemned property list. The city was actually really willing to give that to me, mostly because they wanted those properties to be off the condemned property list. But yeah, so I get that condemned property list, reach out to the owner, typically use like Cole Realty Resource or other online services to find, phone numbers, emails, things like that. But I've done quite a few deals on the condemned property list. All right, so number 9, property tax auctions. So this is another kind of option. Every county, every state's a little bit different. Our county that we kind of live in locally does a property tax auction every year. And so you can go there and bid on the tax lien and kind of go from there. I know several people that are actually having really good luck with this. So, that might be something that you guys want to take a look at. All right, next is probate listings. So typically when someone passes away, the family and the heirs are left to figure out what to do with the property. We've done several deals where we either got the information from an attorney or from the estate, kind of knew someone that knew me, and had reached out. And oftentimes, especially if the property is in disrepair, it would be kind of best served for the heirs to sell it to an investor who's going to take it as is, as opposed to try to fix it up and put it on the market. So probate listings are a great way to create a win-win out of a very sad situation. So we've created a lot of win-wins for estates, not having to do trash outs and kind of taking properties as is. So that's another great way. There's also companies out there that you can search specifically in the county records for probate filings and things like that. All right, another great option is direct mail. So we have some investment savvy teams in our Agents Invest network that use direct mail and are killing it with direct mail. This is something I don't have a whole lot of experience with personally, but again, we've got a lot of people in our network that are really doing well with direct mail and on a consistent basis. So, consistently mailing the sellers, postcards and letters, kind of like a We Buy Houses, and getting deals that way. All right, so number 12, property managers. So you guys, property managers, they have a great opportunity to send you deals. Obviously, they don't want to lose properties under management. And so if it comes up where one of their sellers or one of their owners wants to sell, if they can find a buyer for them and not have to disturb the tenants and put the property on the market and not have to, if they know that they're going to get the property management agreement, that's a great win-win. So definitely start networking with property managers and trying to figure out, how you can help them. All right, next is wholesalers. So wholesalers are a great way to find off-market deals. So for those that don't know, wholesalers are investors that go out and find off-market deals. They get them under contract, and then they mark them up and charge a wholesale or an assignment fee and have another buyer close on the property. And they get the difference of, whatever their price is with the seller and what another investor will pay. Keep in mind, though, wholesalers, they often have some interesting numbers related to rehab, related to ARV. So definitely do your own research and make sure that the information that you're being provided is, true and factual. All right, and last but not least, the code violation list. So again, very similar to the condemned property list, the code violation list is a list of properties that you can find oftentimes even online, maybe in an area or a neighborhood or a city that you're targeting that has code violations. We have that in many of the cities nearby and, of course, the county as well. And I can just go online and search all of those. So in some cases, it's, lack of permit or junkyard conditions or, other code violation lists. And in some cases too, I've even seen them be probate listing or, probate where the family just hasn't been able to sort it out yet. So that's another great place to look, trying to find out code violation lists and reaching out to those sellers who are likely pretty motivated. All right, so lightning round, what we learned today. So we learned how to fill your inbox with off-market deals. We learned free ways that you can market to property owners. We learned leveraging others to find deals for you for free. That's working with investment savvy agents, and also with us, Agents Invest. We'll send you all the deals that we get from our agent partners. And then also ways to look for deals where others are not. So getting super creative with that, looking for deals where other people aren't. And then again, creative marketing tactics to lead generate for deals. All right, so education without application is just entertainment. I love this quote, and really it means that if you learn something, take action. So I challenge you to take action on just one thing that you learned in this webinar within the next 24 hours. And for those that want to learn and take action, but still feel like maybe you need to know more about investing and want some accountability and a plan, we are soon enrolling for 5 Years to Freedom. This is our flagship course about how to retire early with real estate investing. And we've had so much success with this course, you guys. I'm super passionate about the information that we share here. A lot of times investors come to us with the challenge of, running out of funds or using all the money that you've saved for one deal, and then how do you continue to invest? Also, where to invest. What to invest in, how to come up with your passive income number, how to figure out deal criteria, how to work with contractors, how to determine which investment market would be best, how to negotiate offers, and all those different things. So anyways, we cover all of that in 5 Years to Freedom. We have hours of content, and so the link will be in this information below, and then also in the email that you guys found this. So definitely highly suggest, if you guys are struggling or if you're not where you want to be with your rental portfolio, sign up because you guys, it's so worth it. All right. Well, have a great day, you guys, and we'll see you on the next video.